Okay. All right, everybody. Here we go. It's me, Gregory. Tuesday, April 30th, 2024. I hope you all can hear me okay. I'm having a little problem with this thing. Everybody here, everyone's okay? Let me know you're okay. Anyway, let's talk, people. So we got a market that got hit pretty good today across the board. The major averages all fell under pressure today. And we know why. We're watching the 10-year yield, which is climbing. We're watching a little bit of a fear trade here with the dollar rising. And then we got this, the MMRI, 309.6. This is not good. Okay. 311.7 it may be the breaking point here. Again, this dynamic is it's very important to follow, at least in my view. So let's keep our eyes on this. I can tell you tomorrow this is going to move with the Fed's monetary decision tomorrow. Number is going to move. Whether it's going to be up or down, we'll see. And how this is going to work is how it always works. The creature thing, it vomitous mass puke that it is. Okay, he's our enemy. That man is the enemy of us all. He's going to come out there and after the announcement, which is going to be nothing. Okay, zero. Some of you are expecting. Believe me, I read the comments and my emails. A lot of you are like, "Hey, Greg, tomorrow is going to be a surprise rate hike." If that happens, all right, let's just throw a hypothetical out here. Mitch, that's not you, right, buddy? You didn't send me that. I don't think so, but thank you. Anyway, look. If there's a surprise, my voice is cracking. If there's a surprise hike tomorrow, we're going to lose 4,000 points in the Dow. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't believe that is happening in any way, shape, or form. We're not getting a cut tomorrow either. Let me say this too. Let me just put this into perspective for you. If in fact this market doesn't get what it wants, which is a rate cut relatively soon, could it be June? Maybe July, maybe September, maybe it's coming. It's coming. All right. The fact of the matter is inflation continues to rise. In fact, we got some economic information today that is not very good with regard to inflation. Imagine my shock, imagine your shock. Yes. Just hold that thought. But if in fact the market doesn't get a cut here, plummet is an understatement of the century. The only thing keeping this market propped up, the only thing, is the promise of more easy money and a lot more debt. It's not earnings, it's not forward guidance, it's not PE ratios anymore. Again, none of this stuff matters. It's all about easy money. We have a free-for-all going on here. There was a time when the fundamental factors behind a company and the market itself used to matter. Today, none of it matters anymore. This whole market has turned into a meme stock. The market has turned into a meme stock. There's no rhyme. There's no rhythm. There's one thing, and that's easy money, and that's what this market is counting on. Anyway, with regard to that, we'll see where it goes. And tomorrow, keep your eyes on this. It's going to move, and we'll see. The red line in the sand appears to again 311.7. We're damn close to that right now. At 309.6, the Dow fell like almost 600 points. The market's not liking this at all. Anyway, the whole market was upset today. You got cryptocurrencies under pressure, gold and silver getting hit. Imagine my shock. You got crude oil under pressure here. This whole thing is a freak show on an incredible scale. So let's talk about. We have a lot to discuss here. So home prices hit a new all-time record high. Imagine my shock. Now, on the inflation front, that's part of it, obviously. Labor costs continue to rise. As a matter of fact, they're rising at their fastest pace ever. Raw material costs are also rising, and those costs are being passed on to you. Consumer confidence falls to a 2-year low on the back of this. Imagine our shock yet again here. Anyway, that's basically that here. I want to talk about something else that's really bothering me, and it should bother you as well. You know how this works. We, you, and me are being propagandized, and the deceptions and the distractions are out of control. You know, let's stick with that first. I was going to cover this, but I want to cover this. So I ran a little poll here earlier. The mainstream media, and Mitch knows what I'm talking about. Thank you. The mainstream media tries to push a specific agenda. They're told what to do. Every one of these, the mainstream media outlets, even the financial channels, is pushing the same agenda. So according to the mainstream media, there are three. You're going to laugh when you hear this. You're going to laugh if you don't even know it. You might know what I'm talking about already because a lot of people participated in this. So the mainstream media is saying that there are three primary concerns for the American people with the coming selection. Those are guns, abortion, and transgender rights. For some reason, all of these are obviously a distraction. Let me read this to you. So I wrote, the upcoming presidential selection via the mainstream media is getting an unknowing public fired up and distracted regarding three main issues. And these are the three issues they are telling you are important to people. Now, you see, they get to dictate your life to you. They think you're too dumb to understand that these, more than likely, these topics, except maybe guns, are really a prime factor right now. Abortion and transgender rights are important to some people. We'll cover this. But most of you picked other, okay? And let's see how many of you know it. Find out what's missing here. So again, guns, 41% of you said that was a big thing for you for the selection. 10% abortion. A whole 3% of you said transgender rights were really important to you. Other. Okay, what's missing here? How about the economy? How about border security? How about soaring debt, wars, the funding? All that's missing because you see, the mainstream media thinks you're an idiot. They want you to focus on, well, guns is an important one. Abortion rights important to some, about 10%, and 3% transgender rights. I'd be willing to bet that most people who follow this blog aren't overly concerned about transgender rights, but that's just me. So understand, you are being propagandized, you are being decepted, and you're being told where to look. Look here. Look at guns. Look at abortion. Look at transgender rights, because they're really important to the American people. Forget about the economy. That's not even important. That wasn't even included. That's not even included in what the mainstream media is trying to get you to focus on. That you can't focus on the economy. We were in free fall. You can't focus on border security. Oh, no, don't look over there. Soaring debt, out of control, currency devaluation, purchasing power getting sucked out, and inflation. No, that's not important. Neither is war or the funding for war. Remember, it's guns, abortions, and of course, it's transgender rights. That's what they want you to know about. Now, just two more things I want to cover. Abe, thank you. I appreciate that. This bothers me. Again, I alluded to this a moment ago. We found out, again, it was Bloomberg who told us that 29% of the American people are living paycheck to paycheck, or one crisis away from poverty. Now, according to the BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, that number jumps up to 43%. Now, according to Forbes, okay, you can look this up for yourself, 78%. We took a poll this morning. I said it was 50% or more. A lot of you agreed with me. Well, according to Forbes, 78% of working Americans are living paycheck to paycheck and are one emergency away from being thrown out into the street, from being in a financial destitution situation here. Let me read this to you here. As living expenses in the United States continue to rise and wages struggle to keep up, it is unsurprising that Americans of all generations are having a hard time financially. For many, this means living paycheck to paycheck. This is 2023 survey. It's always the last year before. Conducted by payroll, so-and-so.org, highlighted that 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, a 6% increase from the previous year, and that is increasing right now. So maybe it's 80%. In other words, more than 3/4 of Americans struggle to pay their monthly expenses. That's pretty epic. That is absolutely unfreaking believable. So, I mean, who do you want to believe? Bloomberg at 29%, the BLS at 43%, or Forbes here at 78%. I think Forbes has it right, I'll be honest with you. Now, I want to cover one more thing with all of you. This is an excellent piece about Congress. We all understand that we have no representation. At least I hope you do. 99% of our so-called representatives are all out for themselves. They don't give a damn about you. And that's the truth. Now, as most of you know, up until recently, our so-called loving, caring representatives were able to trade on inside information and become multi-millionaires, billionaires, as a matter of fact. That's okay. They were allowed to do that. But it's interesting here. This article, this is by Sophia Gonsalves Brown. Let me just read this to you, and I want to hear what you have to say about this. How Congress hides stock holding in their holdings in plain sight. Voters have a right to know. Voters, like your vote counts. I don't think they do. It does at all. But voters have a right to know whether their elected officials are prioritizing their own wallets over the needs of the public. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. You don't matter. All they care about is their bottom line for their family, for their children, for their grandchildren. You are dog. Can't say that word here. All right. Anyway, and for years, much focus has rightfully been paid to the stock trading activities of those in power. Activities of members of Congress, office holders, and candidates, high-ranking staffers are required, listen to this, to publicly disclose on an annual basis their financial holdings, including stock ownership, business interests, outside income, and other positions held, and liabilities. Now, if members of the public, you and I, want to find these financial disclosures by members or candidates, we can find this stuff. But here's the catch. There's a database that is maintained by the House and the Senate. Now, these databases allow very specific searches. You have to know pretty much exactly what you're searching for. You can't find it. Army Mom, thank you. So basically, they make this very, very difficult for you to find out where our loving, caring representatives, all their staff, where their faith really lies in aiding you. They're about making money here. No, so even if you find these things, you have to be very specific when you're looking for a specific candidate or a person that's holding office and whatever the stock or assets they're buying and or selling. These forms are not always text searchable as well. And many of these are handwritten by the so-called representatives that is trying to relay to you the truth of what they're holding. Do you believe that? I wouldn't believe a second of it. They can actually handwrite these things and then you're able to access things. But however, you can't get this information for free. You're charged for it. You have to pay for this information. And according to this here, these costs can be prohibitively expensive. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that our representatives can own stock in anything they want to, as long any company they want to, and get kickbacks? Of course, they don't get kickbacks, do they? No. But they can hold this stuff. It is searchable if you are very specific, and then to find out the information, if it's there, you got to pay for it. Does that sound right to you? I don't think that sounds right to me. So I was just wondering about you. Make this stuff up. I guarantee you people, there's no way on this earth or off this earth you can make any of this stuff up. I think it's impossible to do. Anyway, so what do you think about all this? It's just lovely, right? People, mark my words. This market just get what it wants. It's going to throw a tantrum. Whatever comes out of the pie hole of the creature thing, vomitous mass puke sent from the pit of hell to destroy all of us, we're going to hear from it tomorrow. That it thing creature is the actual government. Okay, what he says moves the markets, moves the economy, the financial system. All these other freaks, all of them, they're just along for the ride, and they're getting rich off of it. They're all getting rich off of it. If you think that any of them running for president right now, or anything else is in this for any other reason, not anymore. They're all in it for the bottom line here, so they can protect themselves, their families, the people they love, their grandchildren, and you and me. We are nothing. So just wake up to that fact, and I think you're all going to be a lot better off. Anyway, so let's see what happens. Keep our eyes on risk, which we're going to do as always. What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing here. Anyway, is there anything that you lovely people want to cover before we get out of here? for the end of this lovely day here today. Bitcoin. You know my deal with Bitcoin, people. All right. The question is it in correction? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's going lower. But I can promise you that in the longer run, if you understand the dynamics behind this, Bitcoin, major cryptos, commodities, gold, and silver are going to skyrocket when the debt market melts down. I think all this stuff is on sale right now, all of it across the board. When you see this stuff drop, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, commodities, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin here, it's a buy. There's just no doubt about it. With regard to this market, as I said this morning, be very careful. Be very, very careful here. And as I told you already, if you want to get out of this market, I wouldn't blame you at all. If you want to just sit back for a while, sit in cash for a very short period of time. Cash is a position. It is a losing position. And you can count on that as our loving, caring representatives make sure we are raped and screwed every which way you can imagine. Okay, it's us against them, and we are on the losing end, and they're laughing. They're laughing at us, all of us, keeping us distracted about transgender rights. It's a very important topic. Abortion, okay, I get it, and guns, I get that too. But what about the economy? What about security? What about war? What about debt? What about currency devaluation? No, don't worry about that. Focus on guns. They got to find things that are divisive here. Okay, guns. Okay, there's a lot of people on both sides of that aisle. Hopefully you're on the right side. I believe everyone should. It's all right to own a firearm. Okay. With regard to abortion, wherever you stand is okay. Transgender rights, that's fine too. But these other things here, I think are much more important. But again, don't focus on those. The mainstream media wants you focused over there. Look over there, people. Don't look over here. It's what they do. It's what it's all about. We're being destroyed. We're being wiped out. We're being systematically erased. Just in case you were wondering if any of that's changed, because it hasn't. Now, comic books, absolutely. Some of these things are extremely valuable. I tell people all the time, look, if you have the ability to be spread out into a lot of things, artwork, musical instruments here, classic cars, stuff like that, collectible stuff, comic books, yes, absolutely. Well, look, Greg, don't stocks plummet when Fed drops rates? No, the market's going to want that. The market wants more easy money. It could be a sell the news moment, if that's what you're referring to, because I think the market's pricing it in. I think the market has been pricing this in for quite a while. Generally, we do see that. Let me say this too. With market meltdowns, all right, if the market doesn't get what it wants, let's just throw out the hypothetical. Let's say tomorrow, just for fun. Again, like we started this off with the Fed. Surprise, everyone. We're going to raise rates. You can expect the stock market to drop 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5,000 points. Okay. You're also going to see everything get sucked down with it. When the market sells off, everybody throws everything out at the same time. Right, Dan? Thank you. You know what I'm talking about. Everyone throws out the same stuff at the same time. That would present opportunity here for all of us. And then this all will turn around. But look at today. We had a pan sell-off. You got not only the stock market getting hit, you got cryptos getting hit, you got gold and silver getting hit, you got crude oil fell. Everything fell, except for the dollar, which gained on a relative strength basis. Okay, it's very confusing. When you see that, the dollar relative compared to, okay, that's what it's all about. People look at this, king dollar. No, you're getting destroyed. And our loving, caring representatives are making sure of that too. It's just over. It's over. It's really, really over. Christopher knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, that too. All right, people. Baseball cards, absolutely, people. All of this stuff. I've been telling you. I don't know another way to put it. Collectible stuff of any kind. Cash is just going to look for places to go. In this environment, it doesn't grow money wings. You know that. I've been doing this little funny thing, with little wings growing out of little dollar bills and flying away with little happy faces. No, that doesn't happen. It just moves. Cash moves through the markets in predictable patterns. You just got to look at the patterns back on history, and you know exactly. That's why you and I, we're good. We're sitting back here, and we already are in all the right spots. Let them do whatever they want to do. We're good, okay? Market wants to create a good. We're in all the other right spots anyway. So it doesn't matter anymore for you and me. We're sitting pretty. We can sleep at night, right, Mitch? You know what I'm talking about, people. Look, we got each other. We got each other's backs always. We never let each other's down, and we never will let each other. This is a family. It's a worldwide thing. We've created something very big here, and I wish so badly that we had more people here. Honestly, to wake up people, automotive professionals. It is us against them. It's us against these things. They don't care about you or me at all. They have an agenda, and their agenda does not align with yours. If you think it does, any of them right now, some of them becoming super billionaires just over the last few weeks, well, no, people, time to wake up, okay? Yeah, we need a revolution. We're going to get it now, unfortunately. And I know there's these revolts going on across the colleges. It's the same thing. This is no difference. Whenever we see war breaking out, of course, this happens until mommy and daddy take away their scholarship funds and they go whatever it is, and it goes away. This ain't gonna matter. This isn't the revolution. These people have no idea. These people who are in college right now, no idea what it's like to live in the real world yet. They're still living in mommy and daddy's basement or in some dorm room getting taken care of. All right, it's not. This is not the revolution here. It's just a sideshow like everything else, unfortunately. Just like you remember the whole Occupy Wall Street? I was the first guy to come out and say this isn't going anywhere. I got ridiculed. I got belittled. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, Greg. This is going to take down Wall Street. The truth was Wall Street took them down. I ain't going to stop either. People, this guy here loves you from the heart. I mean that with all I got, and I promise to do better for all of you, all right? I am going to get going here, and we will see each other tomorrow. Big day, huge. We're going to have a lot of fun as always, and we're going to watch the MMRI. We're going to watch risk. We're going to see how the market responds to the thing, creature, vomitous mass, puke. Whatever it is, it's yet to be defined. It's not human, okay, but it's going to come out and talk to us. And our loving, caring representatives are going to genuflect in front of him and bow down to him because he's God to them. To you and me, we know who he really is. All right. See you in the morning, people. Until that time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Thanks for being here, your support, your love. Thanks for those thumbs up. Let's please do something about that. We need thumbs up. Get the videos out there. Get them seen. All right. I'm counting on you. See you in the morning.